Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to talk about a concept which is not very familiar in India, but which could come, and what our regulator will allow is something I'm not willing to guess about. So if it does happen, you have to be at least prepared for a vehicle like this. So what is this? This vehicle is something called a SPAC. SPAC is basically a shell company which is formed with the mandate to take over another company, right? So I just create a new company which is a shell company and say, here are marquee investors who are investing, so please please invest in me, and then I will decide to buy a share. Let us say I created a SPAC today to take over a company like, say, Swiggy. I mean, with Zomato being listed, it is time to give a fair value to Swiggy or whatever. Let's say I wish to acquire Swiggy through a SPAC. So I would get some marquee investors to invest in a company, then take that company public. The clear aim of the company is to take over Swiggy, but I could also do a thing called, I create a SPAC saying I don't know what I'm going to buy, and give myself about, say, 2 years time, during which time this money will lie in a liquid fund, and then decide what company I want to buy. Maybe I want to buy something else which is there in the market today which is worth listing. Maybe I wish to buy, Zerodha or something like that. So I raise a SPAC and do this. There are of course some advantages and disadvantages. This is allowed in the US. I don't think in this current format it will be allowed in India. That is my caveat. What are the advantages of doing this? We'll come to what is likely to happen. Unlike a traditional IPO, this company won't have too many details. It will say we are about to acquire something, but right now we cannot say what we are going to acquire because acquisition price might go up, right? So whether somebody will be allowed to raise a company with an open mandate to do something like this. I don't know whether it will get allowed, but what are the advantages? So first of all, this is a private company. Also, you can raise money and then decide to take this company public, but you may not get too much of a premium. So very unlikely that people will wait for too long after forming a SPAC. And you may have to tell us upfront what you wish to buy. But one thing is, the real rich know that you have to make money, you have to put money in equity, right, to make real big money. And these are not people who are happy with the returns that they get in an index fund. They will not invest some 250 crores in an index fund hoping that things will do well or not do well. They want action. They want to see something. So there are enough people who will invest in such companies, but whether the regulator will allow the public to invest in these companies, what we have to see. But the advantage is, when let's say I take over Swiggy, then there are no constraints on my own shares, which means the promoter can sell on day one and go away. That's not a great thing, but yes, that is the advantage of SPAC from a promoter point of view. That's also a disadvantage from an investor point of view, because if all the employees, everybody can walk away on day one, chances are the price will be very high, and therefore they are selling, or people don't know whether the company is worth at that price, so therefore they will sell. Currently today, if let's say a Zomato were to go public, there will be a lot of restrictions on what the promoter can do, what the employees can do. Earlier the restriction used to be 1 year, now the restriction is 6 months. So let us say Zomato is listed at this price and continues to be at 150 or 170 and does not fall, but after 6 months you know that there will be employees quota coming, and the promoter could be selling, so all that pressure could be there. Here, by doing this, you are avoiding that. That's a huge advantage. You could acquire more than one company, right? You don't have to acquire just one company. If you acquire one company, that company gets a reverse merger and it is listed. But having said that, this listed entity is no longer Swiggy. It's a new SPAC which we have formed. So that will be a different name. That should not be a problem. But yes, all the Swiggy shares, all the Swiggy shareholders will get shares of this new SPAC. So therefore there is advantage of immediate liquidity. Advantage is another, that the SEBI regulations, etc., all those SEBI restrictions on pricing of the Swiggy shares will not be applicable here. So those are some of the advantages. In Indian context, what is likely to happen is there is no thing called SPAC. But then there are so many professionals who would have formed companies like some Greenland Investment, Westland Investment, Crocodile Investments. I don't know, I'm throwing up names. I hope I'm not hurting anybody. But there could be a tortoise investment, dog investment, cat investment, right? Some of those companies which are already listed and they are lying in the market doing nothing. You would find at least 400, 500 companies like this. It should not be very difficult. So then what you do is just reverse merge your existing company, and then you have a listed entity and no restrictions on what you can do with the shares. So all I do is to take a company called, let us call it Dog Investments. Company called Dog Investments. I put some more money into it. I make sure I own 90% of the capital or 99% of the capital. I start trading in it. I acquire whatever else is left in the market, and then I do a reverse merger. The advantage is listing is on day one. It is not a very sensible thing to do, but I will have to remember, I'll rename this Dog Investments to something like Swiggy, and Swiggy will not object to it, right? Because they know that they're going to reverse merge. So who can object? Obviously, fairly obviously, if I start a new business called food distribution and call it Swiggy, though there is no way how the ROC will allow. But if Swiggy gives an NOC, no objection, and the Swiggy will happily give, then you might be able to get away with a name called Swiggy India Limited or something like that. I don't know the original company name. And then I can do this reverse merger. Is it good? Maybe. Will the big investors frown upon it? That's what we used to think earlier. But then we know that, I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember a company called Subiksha. Subiksha was to get itself listed by taking over a listed company, right? So these kind of things happen. There are advantages, there are disadvantages. Would I invest in a SPAC which does not tell me where it is going to invest? Yes, I would. Only thing that I would be looking at is who are the people doing the valuation, how will they be doing the valuation, and will they need our approval to take over some company? If the answer is I'm happy to experiment, and you realize that some of the good deals you will miss if you act too pricey. So I don't know. Personally, I would advise you to stay away from a company which does not tell you what it is going to do. Right? Thank you.